a volcano, a dangerous volcano, and then you get the news, volcanic alert level raised because of earthquake. Oh, that doesn't sound good, but there is more. There is way more to that story. Mount Aso in Japan is one of the largest active volcanic complexes on Earth. We can compare this with the Campi Flegrei supervolcano in Naples, and I will tell you why. And that, my dear volcano freaks that tune into this channel, should put you on alert, because you know, if some alert level is raised, Chizzy could hit the fizzy. But is it? Let's dive into this. There's lots of volcanoes in Japan, but Mount Aso is a special one. It's not like all the other ones. One of the largest active is the word, volcanic complexes on Earth, a giant caldera, about 25 by 18 kilometers wide. That is huge. 15.5 by 11.2 miles. And here it comes. That's why I said Campi Flegrei, with towns, roads, farms, tourists, and the active Nakadake crater sitting right inside the system. And now Japan has raised the alert level. June 21st, 2026, 4 p.m. local time, the Japanese Meteorological Agency has raised Aso from alert level 1 to alert level 2, meaning the crater area is now restricted. The danger zone is about 1 kilometer, that's 0.6 miles around Nakadake's first crater, where officials are warning right now about large ballistic volcanic rocks, pyroclastic flows, ash, smaller wind-blown stones, and volcanic gas, and what small stuff can do. Maybe you have seen this in my last video, where the Darwin Award tourists again climbed an active volcano and then got hit by glowing lava bombs, and the sound and the images, I'll put it in the end screen. You have to see it. It's absolutely crazy. So volcanic gas as well. So all that together, what the volcano can shoot at you, that is the dangerous part, because that volcano does not need a giant lava flow to become unaliving, as we have to say on YouTube. Nakadake is known for sudden steam-driven and water magma explosions. Water and magma, guys, we know what that means. Bang! Bad. And sudden means without a warning. White Island, I've just mentioned it recently in another video, how that did turn out. White Island, New Zealand. In 2021, an eruption through volcanic blocks up to 900 meters, that's 0.6 miles from the crater, sent pyroclastic flows 1.3 kilometers, that's almost a mile, down the volcano and blasted an ash plume 3.5 kilometers, 2.2 miles above the crater rim. So imagine people being close to that, right? So the new warning right now came after the volcano started shaking from the inside. I said earthquake in the beginning. And if a volcano starts shaking from the inside, depends on how it's shaking, we have to have a look. So the morning of June 21st, the volcanic tremor increased, as you can see on this chart. It was not just like a small increase, it was like jumping in increase, right? At the Nakadake West Flank Seismic Station, the 1 minute average tremor amplitude stayed above 1.5 micrometers per second for more than 1 hour. So not a short thing. Then it's still, after the hour, it continued at elevated levels. So that is not a normal single earthquake. I want to make that clear. That is a sustained vibration inside the volcanic system, inside the volcanic plumbing system. And if you look at your own plumbing system, if you have an empty pipe and then you fill it with water, the pipe starts vibrating. Same with a volcano. If something's going on in the system, might be fluids rising in the hydrothermal system, cracking rocks, or even magma rising, gases rising, that can cause tremor. But also, we're always looking for several indicators that something is going on, and it wasn't only the earthquake. At the same time, the sulfur dioxide jumped as well. A field team has measured about 1,700 metric tons per day. That is roughly 1,875 US tons per day of sulfur dioxide. Again, if you live so close to this. Campifligre has the same problem right now with the sulfur dioxide that is being found now everywhere in tunnels, in buildings, in schools, in basements. So, value, just as a comparison, on June 16th, the value was only 900 metric tons per day, so roughly 992 US tons per day. So that means the gas output almost doubled in only 5 days. Plus the earthquakes, right? So that matters a lot because sulfur dioxide is not just smoke. It's a signal that hot gas from magma is moving through the system. Right? So the Japanese Meteorological Agency says there is now a possibility of an eruption affecting the area within 1 kilometer, 0.6 miles of Nakadake's first crater. A third thing that I always look out for is there is a ground deformation, is there ground raising. So far we do have no confirmation that there is significant ground deformation, and the plume situation did not show a major new change after that jump. But the combination of stronger tremor and increased volcanic gas was definitely enough to raise the alert. And the setting of the whole volcano, if we look at that, that makes the current situation even more serious because Aso sits on Kyushu. Kyushu is one of Japan's most complex tectonic zones. So the Philippine Sea Plate is subducting beneath the Eurasian Plate along the famous Nankai Trough and the Ryukyu trench system, two culprits that can produce magnitude 9 plus megathrust earthquakes. And these subduction zones are feeding the volcanic and seismic activity across southwestern Japan. We're dealing with the Pacific Ring of Fire here, that horseshoe ring of subduction zones that somewhat encloses the Pacific Ocean, where the world's most dangerous earthquakes and volcanoes sit, most of them, right? So, but locally, if we look locally, also it lies in the Beppu-Shimabara Graben. So that's an active rift-like zone that basically cuts through central Kyushu. So this is the same broader region that was affected by the devastating 2016 Kumamoto earthquake sequence. There was a rupture that occurred along the Futagawa and Hinagu fault zones near the Aso volcano. So the connection is not a simple one. And it should not be overstated as well. So the current alert was not officially raised because one of the big regional tectonic earthquakes or something like that. It was raised because of volcanic tremor. Volcanic tremor is something else than the subduction zone earthquakes, even the smaller ones that we see basically every day in Japan. Volcanic tremor and raising gas. But on top of it, it sits in a very stressed tectonic system where like local faults, subduction, magma, gas, and groundwater, they're all interacting. It's all connected with each other, right? That's why this volcano is so dangerous. And Aso is this giant caldera with people living inside of it. Nakadake is the active vent. Campifligre, same thing, is the gigantic caldera. But Potsuli, where we have the Solfatara crater, is the active vent there right now. The crater is already restricted. Not that much in Campifligre, I have to say. Well, you can't really get to certain areas in the Solfatara, but you know, the ground has surged, the tremor has increased, and the next eruption, if it happens, could come fast enough so that anyone too close to the crater would have almost no time to escape. That is the danger in Campifligre, right? So this is not a normal volcanic mountain warning. Aso is shaking from below, gas is rising, crater is closed. And again, if you want to see the video about stuff being thrown at you from volcanoes, and if you want to win the Darwin Award, check out this video here. But if you want to know what's going on in Campifligre, because there was a new study that says we're close to acceleration. It will accelerate, and it will not accelerate gradually. It will accelerate like this, extremely, and we're not far away from this, and they do not rule out an eruption. Check the video here. So I put the Campifligre and the volcanic bomb video here. If you want to watch both, go to my channel start page. I have a playlist, Campi Flegrei, or go to videos, recent videos, scroll through, you'll find it. Subscribe and hype and like. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all you supers. Thanks for the coffee you're buying me on my Buy Me a Coffee site. Stay prepared, stay safe, guys, and I see you very soon because there's more going on. Bye.